Hi there, Crypto Gal Pegs, back at you today. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the US is freaking out. Yes, I'm from the United States, residing over here in the Dominican Republic, but I want to be able to share with y'all some interesting facts known that I've done my reading research on. But before I do, make sure you reach out to my YouTube video. I'm on Facebook, Telegram, Instagram under Global Pegs. Be able to share with friends, family, be able to come back at me. I love it when you people reach out to me on my YouTube videos. Let me know what your opinion is, what you see that I might have missed in my read and research. And let me know what you're looking for too. So this is one that my group of chicks that I hang out with, or wine tastings, let's say that nicely, come to a grasp of digital currency. Oh my gosh. Will the world's reserve currency, the US dollar, be replaced? Should we wake up? What is out there in this new change of money? Now, lots of changes are happening, okay? We've still got many activities of our feds that are working on different scenarios. And we've got causes to reason of grasping what digital really is. So this is why I kind of want to touch base with you guys on this, because I just think it's totally important to understand it for those that don't maybe have the time to kind of research it. And don't freak out. Don't freak out. You've been using kind of a digital currency. I mean, everybody has a card and has a chip in it. That's digitally talking to your bank, whereas before you used to have to handwrite a check, right? And you used to have to physically walk it in the bank before we had outside tellers or things that would shoot across the teller machines. And so, we've progressed along this, and, with them using the blockchain since 2000 and, well, opening in 2008, but 2009, we can see the references of security for data entries. And this is something that is a necessity, because as a growing global, now looking at this from a global perspective, not just the US, we need to find means of communications, because sometimes even wire transfers aren't secure. I mean, getting money over here sometimes is an act of Congress. Of course, I'm in a country that's known for money laundering, but am I money laundering? No, I'm not. But at the same point, because I have that US passport, it kind of defines me in a different direction, even when I travel to other places around the globe. So it makes it really interesting. Again, do your read and research. Okay, let's get to business. Crypto Gal here, Pegs. I'm here to note with you guys about digital currency. So my question to you is what is digital currency? Digital money, or digital currency, refers to any means of a payment that exists in a purely electronic form. Digital money is not physically tangible like a dollar bill or the coins, which we saw some of those. It is accounted for and it is transferred using online systems. These are platforms. One well-known form of digital money is the cryptocurrency Bitcoin. And yes, let me repeat that sentence. One well-known form of digital money is the cryptocurrency Bitcoin. And I'll get to that later on, what the other ones are. Now, some of you are already freaking out. Oh my God, I don't like cryptocurrency. It's too dangerous, blah, blah, blah. Well, we all said that when we got our new little credit cards that had a chip in it. Oh, geez. Now our money's being tracked. Honey, you've been tracked for a long, long time. So just calm down, slow your roll, and let's just pay attention, wake up, smell the beautiful coffee as the aroma gathers amongst the air, and figure out how you're going to taste this, okay? Because you're going to have to swallow it eventually. What is an example of digital currency, which I just told you? One is cryptocurrency. For that, for this digital currency, we have Bitcoin, top favorite all, Ethereum, my number one to go to, Ripple, or rather XRP, Litecoin, and so on and so on. And I'm going to show in CoinMarketCap what the details of this are, what this is, and that is to be definitely noted that the global crypto market cap is $1.7 trillion since 2009, with 22,932 available currencies globally. Now, please do not make me reread that. You'll be able to hear it over and over again when you listen to my YouTube videos. Yes, don't be alarmed by yourself. Take note of your own, okay? This is an important sequence module of what is known for that, okay? And this is where people need to wake up and smell the coffee in regards to that, okay? So what I'm going to share with you right now is what I just told you about. And this is CoinMarketCap. I've shared this with you guys before. You can definitely look at it for all the different exchanges and see what your spot deliveries are. It has everybody listed out here, what it's doing. Kraken, one of my top faves. Gemini, another one of my faves I'm involved in. I've got 9, so pretty important of what the scalabilities are, but do your read and research. Communities looking at it from a different perspective as well. This is sharing in different highlights of notaries on this is a necessity is needed for money sourcing. Sorry about that. We're kind of thinking here. So I think it's justified to note what we're looking at. So let's go straight over to cryptocurrencies. And where I got that information from is what I just told y'all in the notability of money, and where the global crypto market cap, global, $1.07 trillion. That's a lot of freaking money. Let's just be honest with ourselves about that. Okay, and what we're talking about and sharing in regards to that is Bitcoin, number 1. And when you want to look at this on its circulating, you can see what the supply chain holds for its circulating supply, what its volume has gathered in money in the last 24 hours, and what its market cap is. And this number is constantly changing every second, because you have those that are short-termers and you have those that are long-termers. So this is where you have to differentiate yourself with that. So don't forget to look this up, CoinMarketCap. Get in there, learn about digital currencies. Don't be scared to play with it. I mean, one that you trigger on might not be what is a need for you. And they give you a complete description of what its value is and what you can do with it. This is what Ripple was with XRP. And when it's noted for that, you can see the different measures of understanding more about what it can perform for, what it can do for you when you're investing in it, which I believe, now again, this is just me and my little old Texas opinion, is you need the knowledge of this digital currency and see what it can do for you. Okay, and this is a necessity. And this is what I love about CoinMarketCap, is it gives you that. This is XRP that we're looking at. It can definitely note its value to you and what it needs. It even gives you the white paper, the illustrations of how it's created, what it does, where it's going, what their future is, how they're doing the POWs with it, POSs with it. This is saving yourself other socials that it's on, Twitter and Reddit, which can link up to what you are. So you constantly have values penetrating in this market. So it's definitely one you can see we're way down. We're definitely taking a hit on this from a balancing act. So it's sad where it's at. And that is one of the questions that definitely comes about from a lot of people over to me, is they'll ask me, what are the disadvantages of a digital currency? Well, it's pretty plain. I mean, if you have something that's digitally acclaimed, it has to be regulated. I mean, you have a credit card with a chip in it, that's regulated. Your bank regulates and watches that money, right? Whereas you used to have to go into the bank, talk to the banker, you know, it was a handshake, like my grandfather used to say, and it was a word of trust. Now it's not like that. So the disadvantage of digital currency is the lack of regulation. And this is where people, I think, are getting a little bit confused with the United States government, of thinking that they're fixing to lose their money. It's not that at all. It's digital currencies that are not regulated by governments or financial institutions, like the banks, which can make them more susceptible to fraud or illegal activities. The lack of regulation also makes it difficult for users to seek legal recourse in the event of fraud or theft. Now, somebody down the line, either that you know or it's happened to yourself, you've had fraud. Your card's been confiscated, it's been stolen, it's been used, and you have to go through this transition. Okay, this is digitally acclaimed where you calling on a cell phone, it's noted, it's logged, that data entry is in there and it stays. Okay, so this is something that you need to think about for yourself in regards to that as well. What is the difference between money and digital currency? Physical currency have many requirements, such as an establishment of physical manufacturing facilities, whereas in digital currencies, no such expense is involved. Also, digital currencies are immune to soiling or physical defects that are present in physical currency. Okay, let me reread that line one more time. Digital currencies are immune to soiling or physical defects that are present in physical currency, right? You cannot do that with physical money. Okay. This is a transparency, and this is what the feds are. This is why the Biden administration has proclaimed a lot of money out there for the feds to really work on this regulatory, which I'll get to that in a minute or two. So have a little patience. I see all the questions are popping in right away. What are the 4 types of digital currencies? Now, remember, I just told you what one was, right? I just told you what one was. That was cryptocurrency. All right. And there are 4 types. You have a central bank digital currency, virtual currency, and stable coins, which if you're following me on YouTube, I have a great synopsis of what a stable coin is because it is super important. Each type has its own set of features, benefits, and drawbacks. That's where you come in because this is your investment. No different than if you were doing your investment with a financial advisor to know where your money needed to be moved. It's super important to know that. Now, let's take it one step further. The CBDC. That meaning is the central bank digital currency. Okay. The future of money. Okay, now this is facts known straight. As of June 2023, 11 countries have adopted the central bank digital currency, the CBDC, with an additional 53 being in advanced planning stages and 46 still researching the topic. According to data from the Atlantic Council, mind you, the earliest digital version of the fiat currency issued by central bank is the Bahamian sand dollar introduced in 2019, pre-COVID. The most recent addition to the countries issuing a CBDC is Jamaica, the Jamdex, which was added to mobile payment providers through links, one of another cryptocurrency there, in July of 2022. As our chart shows, the movement through the pipeline between pilot projects and implementations have accelerated over the past 2 years. So let me be able to share that screen with you now, and because I think this is an important source for you to see. You can definitely see this is on a statistic, and that is where the number of these banks with digital currencies are in advanced explorations through the phases. Of course, the lighter turquoise is those that were launched. It gives you the month and the year that was post-COVID, right? The next year close to it in 2022 and June of 2023. So we're coming out of second quarter. So keep that in mind. What the pilot programs are for this advanced exploration and those at the outcome of a development. Look at these numbers where they have justified compared to June in 2021, 6, 10 in 2022, a year later, 11. Now that's just launching it. Okay. That's just launching out there for those central banks, right? Which I find fascinating. Now taking the pilot program to the next step further, a little down in May of 2022, big major hiccups there. We had a big transfer over. And then in 2023, we jumped back up to 21. But look at the progress that have come out with this development of 32 different exploration phases that have been recognized. So I wanted to be able to share that with you guys because I think that is so important to be able to have the knowledge and the whereabouts of what's going on with that for its future. Now, moving forward with this, with the sand dollar introduced in 2019, The Jamdex in July of 2022. In June of 2021, only 6 countries had adopted that typical digital currency, which I shared with you, and they were all where? In the Caribbean islands. Nigeria introduced the Naira in October 21, with 4 additional Caribbean island states following until July of 2022. The implementation of the CBDC is not limited by country borders, though. Notable cross-border programs in the pilot phase include mBridge, a bank-to-bank project including central banks of China, Thailand, Hong Kong, and the United Arab Emirates, as well as the digital euro, which European Union is currently setting up a legal framework for the continuation of, which will supposedly be decided by the European Central Bank in October 2023 by the end of this month. Now, compared to regular cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and even some stable coins aligned to a traditional fiat currency, transactions with central bank digital currencies aren't necessarily carried out on a decentralized protocol by a private entity, but they are supervised by issuing authority. Instead of having a checking account with a regular bank like we do today's time, US people, digital tokens are issued by and claimed on this corresponding central bank. So unlike Bitcoin and Ethereum and other digital tokens, CBDC isn't intended as means of financial speculation, but rather to, and set an example to provide an underbanked better access to money and make digital payments more as time can be cost efficient. As of now, regular digital and mobile payment solutions also fulfill at least some of these needs, even though they are mainly in the hands of private companies. Centralizing digital currency is not without its drawbacks, though. However, digital currencies are particularly vulnerable as to cybercrime, which we hear all the time on our wonderful news channels, and efficiently regulating this new technology can require some massive administration. Please note, as a financial legal effort, that your governments are working diligently to perform the better end and regulatory in cryptocurrencies. The CBDCs are also seen as a prestige project with little or no impact. The adoption rates also seem uncertain due to concerns about data privacy and security. In the Bahamas, the first official implementation of a CBDC only led to an adoption rate of 8% and a circulation roughly of 300,000 sand dollars. Now, when you justify this and change the money of movement, like when you call your financial advisor and you move money in with your stocks, it's kind of the same thing with that. You would just get into your secured system of your platform and you would transfer what your monies are, of being able to establish what it needs to be for your crypto money. Now, I'm not forcing you to do this. I'm just explaining digital currency. Now, does crypto go up when stocks go down? And the reason why I'm bringing that is because it's such a comparison to the stock markets. Many of the factors that affect stock prices also affect cryptocurrency prices. Investors and traders treat cryptocurrency the same way. They treat stocks, so prices tend to trend the same. You should be cautious when investing in cryptocurrency because it is still new since 2009, 2008. The market is exploring its role as a complete asset. Now, is the US implementing digital currency? It's worth noting that the central bank has yet to commit to creating a CBDC in the first place in the United States. So the final form of digital dollar system remains an open issue. Presently, the Fed is studying how a digital dollar could help expand consumer access to the financial system and support a faster, meaning moving money so much more quickly across this global earth of ours, and cheaper payments with the Biden administration. And no, I am not pointing the finger, just establishing a timeline. $380 billion has been set forth for the Feds to work on the path's best of value and security for a digital dollar. Mind you, this has been a work in process for many other previous administrations. So I'm not pointing the finger, I'm just laying out the timeline. Since this is an everyday occurrence in the US, When did digital currency start? Digital currencies started dated back to the 1990s, the dot-com bubble. Another known digital currency service was Liberty Reserve, founded in 2006. It lets users convert dollars or euros to Liberty Reserve dollars or euros and exchange them freely with another at a 1% fee. Now think about that just for a minute. This was back in freaking 2006. Use your brain on this. Now, today, world with change in office of the U.S. digital assets include cryptocurrencies have seen explosive growth in the recent years, surpassing $3 trillion in the market cap last November and up $14 billion just 5 years prior. Surveys suggest that around 16% of adult Americans, approximately 40 million people, have invested, traded, or used cryptocurrencies. Haha to the IRS. Over 100 current countries are exploring or piloting the CBDC, the central bank digital currency, as digital form of a country's surveying currency. That is why today President Biden will sign his executive orders outlining the first ever whole of government approach to the addressing the risk and harnessing the potential benefits of digital assets, meaning he is not signing an executive order to say we're taking your money, US, calm down. They're researching for the underlying of the technology. We are in a technology world, so we have to learn what is the best safety measures for this, because that's a lot of data. The order lays out a national policy for digital assets across 6 key priorities: consumers and investors protections, financial stability, illicit finance, U.S. leadership in the global financial system, and economic competitiveness, financial inclusion, and responsible innovation. The administration will continue work across agencies with Congress to establish policies that guard against risk and guide responsible innovation, with our allies and partners to develop aligned international capabilities that respond to national security risk, and with the private sector to study and support technology advances in digital assets. Is the government involved in blockchain? Government agencies have stated testing blockchain's technology potential is to improve the public sector. However, the technology's application in the public sector remains in the experimental stages. So you have to understand, stepping back in time is moving forward with the future. So I just want to be able to stress a little bit to known factors for you guys. Calm down. Now, this is just a teaser of just a few lines touching into this digital currency of what you can do with your value and time in read and research for the better of your money. Now, I'm Pegs, your crypto gal, and to set your mind at ease, I am not your financial investor nor advisor, but this is your money. Invest wisely. Read and research your streamlined investment. But note, we have been heading down this technical world. And in 2008, this system blew up, noting what we have available at our magical fingertips. Now, what the global governments do is beside me. And you can only bet that this will be a better system for stability and a little better security. I totally support this technology. Have an awesome day and see you in the next video.